Welcome back to O-Level Oasis. In this lesson we are continuing our study of O-Level Biology 5090. Today we are starting one of the most important chapters in the syllabus, which is chapter number 16. Development of Organisms and Continuity of Life. In this chapter we will learn how living organisms grow, develop, and continue their species from one generation to the next. These processes are essential for life because they explain how organisms reproduce, how cells divide, and how genetic information is passed on. We will begin with the first unit of this chapter, which is section 16.1 called Nuclear Division. In this section we will study how the nucleus of a cell divides and how genetic material is distributed to new cells. Understanding nuclear division is very important because it explains how cells reproduce and how organisms grow and repair their bodies. Here we have some more specification content that outlines the topics we need to cover in this chapter. There are several concepts included in this section, and we will study each one carefully and step by step so that everything becomes clear and easy to understand. So prepare yourself because we are about to explore this chapter in detail. So we begin with the first specification, which asks us to understand that chromosomes contain DNA, which carries genetic information in the form of genes. To understand this idea, we first need to look at the basic structure of a cell. Every living organism is made up of cells, and inside each cell there is an important structure called the nucleus. The nucleus acts like the control center of the cell because it contains the information that controls how the cell functions and develops. Inside the nucleus we find thread-like structures known as chromosomes. These chromosomes are very important because they contain DNA, which holds the genetic information of an organism. This genetic information is organized into smaller units called genes, and these genes determine the characteristics that are passed from parents to their offspring. So if we look at the structure step by step, we start with the cell. Inside the cell we have the nucleus, and inside the nucleus we find the chromosomes that carry the genetic information of the organism. So now we define chromosomes. Chromosomes are described as, chromosomes are the thread-like structures found in the nucleus of cells, made of DNA, that carry genetic information in the form of genes. In simple words, chromosomes are very thin thread-like structures that are located inside the nucleus of a cell. They are made from a substance called DNA, which contains and stores all the genetic information of a living organism. Chromosomes are long strands of DNA that are tightly coiled around special proteins. This coiling helps the DNA fit properly inside the nucleus of a cell. Chromosomes are thread-like structures located in the nucleus of cells, and they are responsible for carrying genetic information from one generation to the next. This information is what allows traits to be passed from parents to their offspring. Chromosomes are made of DNA and contain genes. Genes are specific sections of DNA that carry instructions for making proteins. These proteins can have different roles in the body. Some proteins form structures in the body, such as collagen found in skin cells. Others act as enzymes that control chemical reactions inside cells, while some function as hormones that help regulate different processes in the body. Since proteins control how cells function and perform their activities, genes play a very important role in determining the characteristics and features of a living organism.